Hey, and hey, what's up, and how's it going, all MRBers? I am Mike McRock for the McRock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show, and right now I'm going to give you my review as well as the results of this week's episode of NXT. When I look at this episode of NXT this week, it just feels like a so-so kind of show, but in the same time, every match that happened on this show actually had a purpose and a meaning behind it, similar to last week's show, where I feel like it feels like a turning point going into the next NXT pay-per-view called TakeOver. And I like what they accomplished here on this episode, because ultimately at the end of the day you want to establish your main points on the show, and the show started off with a quarterfinal tournament match to determine a new NXT Women's Championship, and it was Emma going one-on-one with Charlotte. And overall this match felt like it was one of those matches where it was actually going pretty good and then it just ended. And with that being said, I think this match could have been a lot longer than it was to establish a lot more from both Charlotte and Emma. We never even got to see Emma's moveset in the ring. We never got to see the Emma Sandwich, the Dilemma, even the Emma Lock, as well as Charlotte. We never got to see a lot from Charlotte, other than the fact that she went over in this match with the Charlotte's Web. What happened was that Emma was gaining momentum, and then Sasha Banks got up on the apron and was about to get Emma. Emma got her with the Cobra, which I think she should drop, because she shouldn't be reminded of Santino's girlfriend. She should just be reminded as a diva on her own. And like I said before, you got to put the moveset in there for Emma, and we never got to see it. That was disappointing. So this match just felt like it was just okay. Nothing really special happened. But the one thing that they actually got right here with this match is that Charlotte winning this match, I think that was the right call on the part of NXT, because you want to establish your top heel going into the semifinals and the finals in this tournament to determine that new NXT Women's Championship. And they done the right thing here of Charlotte going over. And the other reason why I think Charlotte should go over, and which she did here, is because Emma is already on Raw and SmackDown, and she's establishing herself, but not the right way. Moving on, we got to see the other Divas match on this show, and it was Alicia Fox versus Alexa Bliss, and this match really felt anticlimactic at the end. I do like how Alexa Bliss won this match with the Hurricanrana, and then she turned it into a small package. And the funny thing is, she's really short. The commentators mentioned that she's 5'1". I thought that was ironic, how the way she won this match. It was genius, I thought. And the way her moveset flowed was incredible. I thought how the Hurricanrana turned into the small package at the end was great. The only thing I question is the gimmick that NXT put on Alexa Bliss, this Tinkerbell kind of gimmick where she blows the sparkles all over up on the stage area. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. I would just like to see someone who comes in and shows her athleticism without putting any gimmicks on them, because we already got that with Bayley. She's that lovable, kind of huggable kind of character that everyone loves, the kids love, and it just seems like we don't need another one, because we already have one. It's one too much for the kids, and that's another gimmick I think that will go over well with the kids. I'm not sure about the much older audience on NXT, as well as the people watching NXT, but we'll see where it goes from here. And I think it was the right way to go to put Alexa Bliss over this match, because you want to establish her as this new diva that's on the show, and really what better way to do it is to have her win a match against an established Raw diva than in Alicia Fox. So again, they got the right person over in this match, so that was really good that the NXT done here. We also got to see a tag team match, and it was the Legionnaires, and it was Marcus Louise and Sylvester Lefort. I like that Sylvester Lefort is in a tag team and is stuck in a tag team right now. He's in a good spot, I think, and it feels like they're a new version of La Resistance, only in a different tone, in a different feel. And they took on El Local, who we all know is Ricardo Rodriguez, and his partner is Kalisto, something like that. I don't know how I even got that pronounced right at all, but feel free to comment below if I didn't. But with that being said, I thought with this match, finally NXT is waking up and realizing, you know what, we don't have enough teams on our show, and we need to establish teams that could potentially be the next champions on our show, and they're doing the right thing here. They done it a few weeks ago with Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin and Sylvester Fulton a few weeks ago. That was great, and they done it again this week with these two tag teams, and they done a really good job here. You had the Legionnaires are being established as the heels in this match, and you had the Mexican Lucha Libres established as the baby faces. So these two teams actually meshed well with each other, and it was a good, entertaining, solid match, I thought, in my opinion. And the best part of this match is when Kalisto got the hot tag, in he went, and he was all out in his moveset. He done a diving crossbody from the top rope. He got great height on that. We also got to see a springboard, some springboard action, a springboard corkscrew kind of maneuver. We also got to see an Asia DDT, and his finishing maneuver is the springboard and then backflip and then kick to the head to his opponent. The only thing I would change there is to have his finishing maneuver being the Asia DDT, only because that's more of an impactful move than a cool move like the one that he used to get the pin on. But I'm just nitpicking. But I'm not saying it was a bad match. It was, like I said, this was a really good tag team match, and I applaud NXT for establishing your tag team division. Finally, you're doing something with the Ascension going forth into hopes of challenging them for the tag team titles. We also got to see Camacho versus Captain Comic. And Captain Comic is one of those party guys from Adam Rose's Rosebud Party, and nothing a lot to say about this match other than it was jobber squash, where you had Camacho go over, and then at the end you saw Adam Rose come in and save the day for his party guy. And I like that they're establishing that Adam Rose is still on NXT, and he's in this little mini feud with Camacho. And I see probably NXT building this up to possibly NXT TakeOver, where Adam Rose goes over Camacho, and that's his write-off on NXT, because right now he's being used now on Raw. So that's, to me, it looks like NXT might go in that direction when it comes to Adam Rose. We also got to see Adrian Neville backstage, and he was talking about the Battle Royal upcoming. And he mentioned about Antonio Cesaro, or should I say Cesaro, being the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, talking about past Battle Royals. And he botched this backstage segment, I thought, when he was talking about the Big Show. He called him a little giant? What in the world is a little giant? Here I'm thinking, I think he meant to say big giant. So that's the reason why I thought Adrian Neville botched that promo. And while he was talking, he wasn't flowing well the way he was speaking. He still needs to work on his promo work, in my opinion. moving on, the main event of the show, and it was the Battle Royal to determine a number one contender for the NXT Championship. My only problem with this match is that it was poorly hyped. There was no build up to this. It just felt like something being thrown in to put time on the show to showcase your main event. It just felt like that. But what I like about this match was the end of it and how they're going to hype up next week's show, which I will get to in just a bit. You had guys in this match like Mojo Rawley, Sami Zayn, Brodus Clay, Bo Dallas. And the funny thing is, when Sami Zayn come in, Tyson Kidd kind of slid underneath the ring without any entrance. I thought that was a little weird. It was off. And then Bo Dallas came out. And so we got to see guys that come in that do their entrances. And there were already guys in the ring. So a lot of these guys were filler guys where people, eliminate from this match. The one thing that really surprised me was Jason Jordan eliminating Mojo Rawley. I thought that was weird because NXT is really high on Mojo Rawley. They're building him up, and then they just decided to have Jason Jordan throw him over. I don't know if that was the right way to go, because last week we saw Aiden English and Mojo Rawley have some sort of thing going on. And I think they could have capitalized that, and they didn't. I was disappointed. I think what they could have done differently is have Aiden English already eliminated from the match, and Mojo Rawley is still in there. Mojo Rawley probably eliminated him, and then he would come in and cause Mojo Rawley and flick him over, something like that, to establish that this rivalry is continuing, and they didn't do that. I'm really disappointed in that. But this match was actually not that bad, and it actually got really suspenseful in the closing moments, because what happened was that here you had the final three, Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, and Tyler Breeze go at it, and in the closing moments, I was like, oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat. NXT is doing a really good job here, and how they're going to execute this match. And they done it perfectly, because what happened was that here you had Tyson Kidd and Sami Zayn already hung up on the ropes. Their feet are about to hit the floor. Here was Tyler Breeze about to run to these guys and eliminate them, only to get himself eliminated, and then all three guys are just gone from the ring. And the referees were like, okay, who won here? Who won here? It was like a triple tie here. And the funny thing is, when they showed the replay, I noticed that the Sami Zayn's feet hit, and at the same time Tyson Kidd's feet hit. But the way Tyler Breeze's body was, his feet was not even close to the floor. And here the referees never really caught that. And here they decided to make a triple threat for next week. I thought that was weird. It was I don't know if anyone even picked up on that, to be quite honest, because I actually paid attention to how slow, and I was just watching. Okay, his feet are hit the floor, his feet are on the floor in the same time, but Tyler Breeze's, it was almost on the floor, but not quite. They were just hanging up in the air somewhere. I thought it was weird that the referees never even caught that. And they could have awarded this match to Tyler Breeze. He's the number one contender. And that's just NXT logic. It's just the way it goes. The show goes on. And I'm like, that was weird. But anyway, moving on. Triple H comes out. He says that we always do what's best for business. He listens to the fans. He decides to make a triple threat match for next week. Tyler Breeze, Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd. The winner becomes the number one contender for Adrian Neville's NXT Championship. And I have my money on Tyson Kidd. And the reason why is because a couple of weeks ago he went over Mason Ryan in a one-on-one match. And last week he beat Bo Dallas, a past NXT champion who's been champion for over 200 days. So why would NXT do that to Tyson Kidd now? There has to they have to capitalize on that, in my opinion, and have Tyson Kidd go over in this match next week. So even though this Battle Royal was poorly hyped, it was poorly booked, I think, in my opinion, they made up for it here by letting us know what we're going to do next week, and now we're going to see this triple threat match happening. And like I say, my money's on Tyson Kidd. I think he's the one to go over, and he'll face Adrian Neville for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver. That's just my opinion on the subject. And like I said, overall, this show was a so-so kind of show. It was a real hit and miss. I would probably give the show maybe a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10, somewhere around that area. And there you have it. And if you saw NXT, what did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. While you're at it, you can hit that subscribe button just down below this video. You can also follow MRB Wrestling on Twitter, and you can like us on Facebook at the Make Rock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. And on a final note to all you viewers watching, get plenty of rest and always do your best.